Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Alana Blumenthal, and I am the director of the Brigham City Museums. I'd like to thank you for attending today's awards ceremony for our 2025 photography competition, Wild Life. Brigham City Museum of Art and History is a department of the Brigham City Corporation. This exhibit was made possible thanks in part to the support of the Box Elder Museum Foundation, the Utah Division of Arts and Museums, and our community members. This year's theme centered around the captivating idea, wild life. It was created in connection with our quilt show, Aviary. These two simple words, wild life, were meant to evoke nearly infinite meanings, from the amazing creatures of the animal kingdom to the beauty of nature or the untamed, unexpected moments in our everyday lives. We asked to see how each artist would interpret the wild world around us. And you did not disappoint. From the smallest details to breathtaking landscapes, this year's submissions captured the essence of life in all its wild forms. This year's judge was Fazilat Sukakian. Fazilat is an Iranian-American artist, photographer, and scholar, and is currently an associate professor of photography at Utah State University. She began her career as one of Iran's few female photojournalists. Her experiences in Iran, marked by social and political upheaval, greatly influenced her perspective and artistic direction. She moved to the United States in 2011 and received her Master's of Fine Arts degree and her PhD in Architectural History from the University of Cincinnati. Fazilat's work has garnered significant recognition and has been featured nationally and internationally in numerous exhibitions. We are grateful for the generous amount of time and consideration she put into the work of jurying. Her comments about the entries deftly balanced the visual and technical talents of each artist with reflections on the creativity of each interpretation of the theme. I don't think she's here today, but if you want to know her comments about your pieces, we went around. She was very generous with her time and shared a lot of ideas on each piece, and would love to share that with you. At this point, I'd like to invite those placing winners in attendance today to join me up here for recognition and a photograph as I call their names. We would love if you would share a few words about your piece, your process, and any other thoughts on this competition for our audience today. With first place, we had Be Wild, which happens to be behind me, I'm not sure if it's on camera, by Amanda Porter. And then entirely up to you if you want to share a few words.
Sure.
Perfect.
Hi. So when I work in photography, I do cyanotype photography, which is a little bit different than most of what is in the room today. So the blue and white image is what is left behind when you do the cyanotype process. And so I take paper, or the large one around the corner is also mine, and it's fabric, and it's been coated with two different chemicals that make it sensitive to the sunlight. And so then I lay objects on them and expose it in the sunlight and then rinse it with water, and it leaves the blue and white image behind. And so for the theme Being Wild this year, I looked to the wildness that was around me in my own backyard. And so we had moved on to a new property, and weeds were a big part of that, and something that's often overlooked, but is wild and was there before us and is even native more than we are to this place at times. And so, I just captured some of the tiny wild and the tiny beauty of my own backyard for this show. Thank you.
And I would also just like to add, thanks to a generous donation, we have also purchase prized this piece, and so it will be added to the permanent collection. We're very excited about that. In second place, we had The Curious One by Nathan West. Would you like to share a few words?
Sure. When I photograph, I like to reconnect with the world of nature and just appreciate all the beauty that's in this world that's outside of the chaos of everyday people. And it's just nice to be, that one there is up in Lamar Valley. It was about 6 degrees that day, and you couldn't hear anything but your own breath, and it was just beautiful. So I just enjoyed to go out and reconnect with nature and just appreciate the world before we were here and before we had our mark on it, and just see how wild it is. So.
And then with third place, we had Great Salt Lake Plain, Remembering Corrals by Nicholas Ian Lazaro.
How are you guys? My name is Nicholas Juan Lazaroya. I'm a rodeo and Western lifestyle and documentary photographer based out of Ogden. My practice is primarily focused on bearing witness to a changing planet and the people around us. My photograph, which is over there, was taken in central Box Elder County a couple years ago, and it's overlooking the Salt Lake and a corral as well. There was a storm going on, and the clouds kind of opened up, and a beam of light just shone down directly onto that corral. It created a little bit of contrast with a mountain that was covered in shadow behind, but also the kind of furthest extent of the U.S. magnesium mining and selenium plant that's kind of leaking into the Salt Lake right now. So I saw this image as resolving a tension between a fading way of lifestyle that we have here in northern Utah, which is ranching. My family's from Wyoming, as well as the poisoning of the ecosystem around us that's also going on as well. So that's what I was trying to achieve with that photograph. Thank you very, very much.
Thank you, and my apologies for horribly butchering the pronunciation
all
of your name. I should have checked with you beforehand.
No worries.
Our other 3 additional prizes this year, we had a merit award that went to the piece End of the Road by Mary Bybee. We had our first student category award that went to American Bald Eagle by Sam Parsons. And then we had our Audience Choice Award by Vote Tally, just as the show was ending. That went to The Early Goat Gets the Flower by Spencer Free. So a round of applause for each of them as well. And my thanks and the thanks of the museum to everyone who could make it today. This event marks the end of the photography competition exhibit. We hope you will join us back here soon for our next exhibit, which will be our annual wintertime plein air competition. And you may see people coming in and out as you're here submitting. Today is the deadline for that. That opens a week from today on December 13th and runs through March 21st. From December 30th through February 21st, we will also be hosting the statewide traveling exhibit, The Pen is Mightier, Writing a Revolution, that explores the 250th anniversary of the Declaration of Independence. We have several fun and informative programs to go with that, so I hope you'll get a chance to join us. For the little ones, we have our 2nd annual Arundel at the Art Museum coming on January 17th. Backed by popular demand, this free program highlights the magic of our wintertime landscapes through art, crafts, sing-alongs, and a meet and greet with Elsa and Anna from Frozen. For a full list of our many upcoming activities, follow us on Facebook and Instagram, sign up for our newsletter, or visit museum.brighamcity.gov. Mark your calendars now, all of our photographers. Our next photography show will be the fall of 2026, with submissions due on October 3rd. The theme will be development. We love a good play on words, and in this case, the theme correlates with our 2026 slate of exhibits that includes the glass art exhibit Progression and our centerpiece quilt exhibit Evolutions. And of course, development has its own meaning unique to photographers and their artistic process. So as always, we encourage a broad range of interpretations. With this show closing, the timeline for creating your submission for next year is officially open, so get your creative juices flowing. Congratulations again to our winners, and many thanks to everyone who came out this afternoon. Please take your time and enjoy the works on display, enjoy the treats and beverages and the art, and thank you all for coming.